Branching out from here, because I also want to ask you what about Bob, but I've got to ask you what about Ron. You tweeted a couple days ago an article that you were quoted in CNN. You tweeted, quote, "The governor appeared to be extending an olive branch to the LGBTQ community when he visited Pulse Orlando in 2019. You continue to say, quote, "An olive branch," Smith added, "which DeSantis has since rescinded, stomped on, and destroyed." You were referencing Governor Ron DeSantis and the First Lady being the first sitting governor to visit Pulse, as then Governor Rick Scott did not. And they left a note on the wall, the governor writing, "Florida will always remember these precious lives." The First Lady writing, "May we never forget." I'm curious your thoughts, expanding on some of your statements there. Early on when the governor came into office, there was the controversy about LGBTQ community not being included in the executive order about workplace protections and things like that. You've talked about the LGBTQ targeting in legislation recent sessions. I guess kind of where do you stand as far as what the governor's platform is, and I guess disappointment is not fruitful of a word, but I guess reflecting on that, early in office, you and others had optimism that maybe he would extend the olive branch, if you will.
We were optimistic, and I invited Governor DeSantis and the First Lady to visit Pulse nightclub in 2019, and I was very grateful that they paid their respects there. The first time a sitting governor had paid their respects on the day of the remembrance, June 12th, publicly. And the words that you read out loud, Greg, just now, we will never forget, we will not forget. It's just a really powerful reminder of the governor's terrible record on LGBTQ issues, because it appears he has forgotten. Just last year, Governor DeSantis vetoed several $100,000 worth of funding in the budget that were intended specifically for the mental health and support of Pulse nightclub survivors. He vetoed that legislation. He vetoed that legislation on June 2nd, 2021, during LGBTQ Pride Month. And he did so on the same day that he vetoed local funding that was in the budget for the Zebra Coalition, which helps house and shelter vulnerable and homeless LGBTQ youth. And just the day before he did that, on June 1st, 2021, the first day of LGBTQ Pride Month, he held a public campaign-style event to sign into law the discriminatory transgender sports ban. So not only has the governor totally reversed his promise to never forget the victims of Pulse nightclub, he has become an enemy of the LGBTQ community. He declared war on us, as Pulse survivor Brandon Wolf said, through his policies. It's mean-spirited, it's bigoted, and now he's using his press secretary, funded for by taxpayer dollars, to accuse LGBTQ people who oppose this Don't Say Gay bill of being pedophiles. The record speaks for itself, and I don't really need to add any more to it.
Gary?